This is video 4 in a 15-part series on Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And today, we're diving into Chapter 4, Autosuggestion. Let's talk about something that might change the way you think about success forever. Because if you've reached your 40s or beyond, chances are you've already lived through enough ups and downs to realize that life doesn't always go as planned. You've worked hard, carried responsibilities, faced bills, debts, family needs, career changes, maybe even financial disappointments you never saw coming. And somewhere along the way, you might have started to wonder, is it too late for a real breakthrough? Napoleon Hill would say absolutely not. In fact, he believed that the second half of life could be the most powerful, the most prosperous, and the most fulfilling if you learn how to master the power of your own mind. And in this chapter, he gives us one of the most practical tools to do exactly that: autosuggestion. Now, autosuggestion might sound like a complicated term, but it's actually simple. It means using deliberate, repeated self-talk to reprogram your subconscious mind until it accepts what you say as truth and begins shaping your life around it. Here's why this matters. Your subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. Whatever seeds you plant, through your words, your thoughts, your emotions, will grow. Plant seeds of fear, doubt, and limitation, and you'll harvest more of the same. But plant seeds of faith, confidence, and prosperity, and over time, your mind begins to create conditions that match those seeds. If you're over 40, this can be a game changer. Why? Because by now you've probably spent decades repeating certain phrases in your head. I'm not good with money. I'll never get ahead. People like me don't get rich. Maybe you heard them from family or teachers, or even from your own experiences with failure. And the problem is, your subconscious believes what it hears most often, whether it's true or not. Autosuggestion is how you take control back. It's how you stop letting old programming run your life and start feeding your mind the kind of messages that create wealth, confidence, and possibility, no matter your age or past mistakes. Imagine waking up every day and speaking out loud with conviction. I am fully capable of achieving financial freedom. I am building new sources of income. I am attracting opportunities that align with my goals. I deserve to prosper, and I am taking action to make it happen. At first, it might feel strange. You might even feel silly saying words that don't match your current reality. But that's the point. You're planting new seeds. And just like seeds in the ground, they need time, repetition, and care before they break through the surface. The more you repeat them, with emotion, with faith, the more your subconscious accepts them as truth. And once it accepts them, it begins influencing your thoughts, your decisions, your habits, and eventually, your results. This isn't magic, it's psychology. Think about it. If you constantly tell yourself you're bad with money, will you feel confident making investments, asking for a raise, or starting a side business? Probably not. You'll sabotage yourself without even realizing it. But if, day after day, you tell yourself you are capable, resourceful, and deserving of financial success, eventually, you start to believe it. And when you believe it, you act like it. And when you act like it, everything begins to change. Hill insists that autosuggestion is the bridge between conscious thought and subconscious belief. You can have all the goals in the world, but if your subconscious mind is filled with fear, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs, you'll find ways to block your own success. On the other hand, if you train your subconscious to expect success, to feel worthy of abundance, to believe in possibilities instead of limitations, you become unstoppable. Now, let's get practical. How can you use autosuggestion to transform your financial life after 40? Start with clarity. Decide exactly what you want. Not vague wishes like, I want more money. Be specific. I want to be debt-free in 3 years. I want to build an online business earning $5,000 a month. I want to save $100,000 for retirement. Then, write it down as if it's already happening. For example, I am so happy and grateful now that I am completely debt-free and financially secure. Read it out loud every morning and every night, not like you're reciting a grocery list, but like you mean it. Feel the emotions. Picture the life you're describing. Imagine the relief, the freedom, the pride, because emotion is the fuel that makes autosuggestion work. Repeating words mechanically won't do much, but repeating them with feeling, with belief, even if that belief starts small, gradually reprograms your mind to expect the life you're describing. And here's the thing. When your mind expects something, it starts looking for ways to make it real. Opportunities that were invisible before suddenly stand out. Ideas come to you in the shower, on your commute, while you're falling asleep. You meet someone who has exactly the connection or knowledge you need. It feels like coincidence, but it's really your subconscious working with your conscious mind to move you toward the life you've been feeding it. Now, if you're thinking, this sounds too simple, consider this. The opposite has been happening all your life. If you've spent years telling yourself you're broke, unlucky, or bad with money, hasn't your life lined up with those statements? Haven't you noticed things always seem to reinforce what you believe about yourself? Autosuggestion simply uses the same principle on purpose, in your favor instead of against you. It's about breaking the cycle of negative self-talk that keeps you stuck, and replacing it with intentional, empowering words that pull you forward. I've seen people over 40 use this to turn their entire lives around. People who went from drowning in debt to running successful businesses. People who rebuilt after divorce, after bankruptcy, after losing everything. What made the difference wasn't just strategy or luck, it was a shift in mindset, created by feeding their minds new instructions until those instructions became reality. And here's something Hill emphasizes. Your subconscious doesn't care whether what you tell it is true or false. It simply absorbs repetition. That's why it's so important to guard what you say about yourself. Stop speaking defeat over your life. Stop saying things like, I can't afford it, I'm too old to start over, people like me never get ahead. Those phrases are planting weeds in your mental garden. Instead, plant words of faith, possibility, and determination. Say things like, I am capable of learning new skills. I deserve financial stability. I create opportunities for wealth and success. At first, nothing seems to change, but keep going. Just like going to the gym, results come with consistency. One day you'll realize you're making decisions differently. You're noticing opportunities you used to overlook. You're more confident in conversations about money, business, or investments. Why? Because your subconscious now expects success instead of failure, and people who expect success act differently than people who expect defeat. This is why autosuggestion is so powerful. It doesn't just change what you think. It changes what you believe about yourself. And when you believe you can create wealth, take control of your finances, and build a better future, you start doing the things that make it happen. Maybe you enroll in that course you've been putting off. Maybe you start the side hustle you've been scared to try. Maybe you finally have the courage to ask for the raise, change careers, or start investing. All because you started telling yourself a new story about what's possible. Hill says every person is what they are because of the dominating thoughts they allow in their mind. If that's true, and I believe it is, then you have the power to rewrite the story of your life, starting now. No matter how many financial mistakes you've made, no matter how much time you feel you've lost, no matter how many times you've started over before, you can plant new thoughts, feed them with faith and emotion, and watch your life begin to change. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, write down exactly what you want financially. Read it out loud every morning and night. Feel it. Believe it. When doubt comes, and it will, don't argue with it. Just go back to your statement. Repeat it again. Feed your mind until faith grows stronger than fear. Do this long enough, and you'll see shifts you can't explain. New ideas, new confidence, new opportunities. That's the power of autosuggestion. It's the steering wheel of your mind, And when you take control of it, you take control of your future. Did you like this video? Then you know what to do. Hit like, leave a comment, share it, and subscribe. Remember, this content is just the beginning. In the link below, in the comments, you'll find something special to keep growing.